Okay, so I'm a little backlit here, so I apologize for that. But I found shot number one of the day, and it's this old, what looks like a stone cottage. Just a very cute little scene here. We've got some cows eating in the field there. We've got what looks like a fence line, maybe a little trail that's running up to the left-hand side of the image, and just a very quaint little scene. I saw this 2 days ago as I was driving up here looking for other compositions on the day that I got rained out, and I found this, and it was a beautiful, gorgeous little scene, but the rain just kind of killed the image because there was no light, and honestly I couldn't see very well through the rain. So this, whoa! Okay, I think Ireland's trying to tell me that it's time to just take the photo because I almost had a disaster right there. Luckily, the camera just fell into soft bushes, so no damage done. Ay, talk about just, I've got bugs all over me. I don't know why they're out right now. Just one of those mornings. I hope the rest of the day is not like this. Yeah, just a gorgeous little scene. Leveled out the tripod a little bit better, so hopefully it doesn't tip over. Now I've got to get recomposed. But I'm going for a 16:9 crop. The cottage with what looks like a little stone furnace down there, maybe. I'm not sure what that is. A little stone table. I'm going to have that in the bottom right hand of the image, and then let the hillside just kind of take over. I've got the road running through the bottom part of the image. I was trying to eliminate that, but I was trying to frame up the image. I thought, you know what? It gives it a little bit of context. So I am just going to leave the road in there, and I think this is going to be a lovely, lovely little shot. One of the two that I'm after today. So this is shot number one. Just your quaint little Irish country scene. Perfect shot. We're going to wrap up here, and we're going to move down and find our other shot for the day. Seems like I can't get away from being backlit. We've come down to the coast. I'm not sure how far from Dingle we are, several dozen or more kilometers. And we've come out to Maynard Castle, which you can see just right over there. This is a gorgeous scene right here. Out of all the shots that I wanted to get in the Dingle Peninsula, this was the top of the list. So maybe we're saving the best for last. This is shot number 2 of this trip, and I'm both happy and I'm a little irked because I didn't know if this was gonna attract tourists or not, and it has. We've got a group of tourists right back there. I'm sure this whole entire series of videos I've sounded anti-touristy. I am and I'm not. Obviously, it's great for economies. It's great for travel. It's great for those people like me who truly appreciate being out in certain places or just all over, I should say, just all over and exploring and seeing what is there and appreciating it. And then you got those people that there's like, oh, this is a pretty sight. Oh, let's trample all over. I'm gonna stop there because I'm just gonna go on a long tangent that doesn't need to happen. So right now I'm just waiting for these folks to get out of my shot, and we'll see how long that takes. I'm in no big rush because there weren't many other scenes that I wanted to grab today. I've got about 2 hours left before Dad's 2.5 hours left before he's done with his round of golf. So I got plenty of time to wait this out. It's not going to take that long to get back to the golf course. So we're just gonna sit here and wait and enjoy this beautiful scene right here to help cap off our last day of photography in Ireland. While we're waiting for this group of tourists to just get out of my shot here, I'll talk you through the scene right now. We've come down to the beach. We've got this line of just smooth stone boulders that are just curving around from the left-hand side of the image up towards the castle and then back around. And that's providing a great leading line. We've got the coastline here that speaks for itself, really. It's just a beautiful scene. And then we've got what's left, the ruins of, I believe it's called Maynard Castle, just up there sitting on the hillside. And that's going to occupy the top right-hand corner of the image. Just a classic image that I've been after for this entire trip. So happy that we got down here to get it. There's a little cottage behind the hillside here, but I think it's far enough out of the shot that even if you saw a little bit of it, you really wouldn't know what it is. And for a little added flavor, there's a little boat sitting out there in the bay, just anchored, probably like a little fishing boat. Probably belongs to the people that live in the cottage. And just a very, very cool scene here. I'm focused in on the castle, F-16, because I've just got so much going on here in the foreground. I don't want to focus stack because I'm just on a little bit of a precarious perch here, and I think just knocking it down to F-16. This 18-135 lens, it's not the sharpest. I'm hoping to replace this here eventually, but it does fine at F-16. It's not like my wide angle, which doesn't do very good once you stop it down to F-16. Just a beautiful scene right here. Again, just waiting it out, waiting for this mob of tourists to get out of the scene here. Also, I apologize for moving around. I just feel so unnatural just staying in one place trying to talk, so I move the camera around just a little bit. For those of you that get motion sickness, I apologize for that. Okay, let's just hope these tourists just move out here for just a minute and let me capture this image. So that is shot number 2 that I was after today out of the way, and I'm really happy because now I've accomplished mostly what I'm after. There's a few things here on the Dingle Peninsula that I wish I could have taken second shots at, and maybe I will be able to. There's a spot down by the coast near where my dad's golfing I might try and get back to here. We've still got several hours, so I don't think we're going to end the day. I don't think we're going to end the day just yet. I think we've still got time to get a few other things in, so let's keep going. All right, guys, we've got an interesting shot here. We've made it back over to the I think it's the western end of the peninsula, and I've come out here. I was heading back towards the bay from Monday, where I got a couple of shots, and I stopped here because of the way the light is playing on that island out there in the distance. You can't really see it right here because the camera's blowing it out, but it's just like dichotomy of light and then dark because we've got a rain front coming in. You can see it out over here. We are going to get hit, I think. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to vlog, but really quickly, I wanted to capture the shot. I believe out there, I'm gonna see if I can darken this down just a little bit. There we go. So I'm in shadow, but you can see that island now. That is Basset Island or Basket Island, I believe. I'll put the correct name right up here. It used to be inhabited by Irish citizens. I think in 1950, I'm going to brighten myself up here, in 1953, if I remember correctly, it was evacuated because it just became too difficult for people to live there. But the shot that I'm seeing is we've got the sun beaming down onto the green space of the island, and then we've got this rain cloud and rain curtain just coming in from, I think this is about the north, and it's just creating this interesting play of dark and light. It's not a perfect image by any means. I'm anchoring the Basket Island on, or Basset Island. I'm gonna double check the saying and spelling on there. I'm anchoring that on the left-hand side of the image, and then I've got these little, this string of rocks popping up, and I'm using that in the middle, and then I've got this other kind of triangle-shaped island out there on the right-hand side. Again, not a perfect image because I feel like I've got too much space in between the two islands to make it a really award-winning image, but other than that, I really like it. Settings-wise, f8 because I don't care about what's in the foreground. ISO 100, 1/640 of a second, and focused in on Basket Island. And I fired off a few shots. The last one here, I was pretty happy with. Oh, I can feel the rain. It's starting to rain. Got the 16:9 crop on here, and it's a good image. It's, again, not award winning, but it's pretty cool. I think a good maybe travel image, I think. So just really quick 2-second timer, live view to get the mirror out of the way. Ooh, we're getting kind of dark here. Just for this last set, I think I'm gonna bracket my exposure just to see what I can get. I can feel the rain coming down, the wind's picking up. Just, oh boy, just dark. Change my exposure. All right, firing off 3 exposures here. Okay, we've got that. The rain's coming in. I'm gonna get in the car real fast because I'm not interested in getting poured on again. And we are back where we started on the Dingle Peninsula. We've come down to the Blasket Island Ferry. That's how it's pronounced, Blasket. I don't think the ferry is running today, but we have Blasket Island out there in the overexposed, sun-covered distance. We've got some light on the island. That's perfect. We've got this stone wall here running down the side here. We've got this little island just popping up right there in the foreground, in the midground, I should say. And this is a perfect image to end our day on, to end this trip to the Dingle Peninsula on, and I think maybe to end our trip to Ireland on. This is my last day of shooting, and I think I was hoping to get an image that would really make it just cap off this trip, and I think this is it. So what I've done, I've gone for a gone for a vertical orientation here, gone with the stone fence here running from the bottom right of the image through to the left-hand side of the image. We got this little island here, right there. I'll get good at this one day, guys, I promise. Not there. Right there. Okay, now I'm pointing at it right there. Got it anchoring on the left-hand side of the image, and then we've got Blasket Island out in the distance back there. If I can focus on it. There we go. Got Blasket Island out there as in the distance. And for the last image of the trip, of course, it's got to be one of the most complicated ones, because not only do I have a lot going on in the foreground and focusing on the background, but I've got a huge amount of dynamic range to deal with. So what I've done, this is going to be a tricky one. This is going to be a tricky one to edit. What I've done is I've done exposure bracketing, one stop either way of my base exposure, and then I've focus stacked on the wall here in the foreground, then focused on the island over there, and then I focused on the Blasket Island itself. So that's 9 images in total. We'll merge those into 3 images, into 3 for exposure compensation, and then we are going to focus stack those in Photoshop. This is going to be one heck of an image, a heck of a complicated image, but for something to end the day on and end this trip on, why not go big? Just go big for it and see what happens. I think it's going to turn out pretty well. Settings wise, we are on f11, ISO 100, base image at 1/160, and then a stop either way, left and right, dark and light. Whew. It's getting a little chilly. I can see my breath right now. What a perfect way to end the day and the trip on. I've got about 30 minutes before I have to get back. I've got less than 30 minutes now before my dad is done with his round of golf, and we head over to Killarney. We're going to be spending the night there, and then in the morning around 11:40 I'm going to be catching the train from Killarney to Dublin, and then flying back the next day. It's been a whirlwind of a trip. I've been trying to cram in so much in the 10 days that I've been here, and I've had to cram it in less than 10 days, all the stuff that I've wanted to shoot. And the sun has come out to end this vlog on. If you enjoyed this video series, guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video. Make sure you're subscribed so you know when I upload my next content. Make sure you hit that little alert bell so you get the alert when I upload more content. Again, if you're not already, please subscribe. Check out all my social media links are below. Links to my website are below as well. Links to all of the pictures that I've taken on this trip are going to be linked below as well. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a great adventure. I hope you've enjoyed this Ireland adventure as much as I have. And stay tuned. And until next time, I will see you out on the trail.